single SSS tier fire spell tore through the S-rank monster like it was nothing. The flames boiled its insides before the beast could even scream. The system window flickered. Fire spell, tier reduced, SSS.
Another tier I'll never get back.
Yuto turned away without casting another spell. The monster burned behind him as he walked, his hunter coat billowing in the hot wind.
Why isn't he casting again? That monster isn't confirmed dead.
He only ever uses one skill. It's almost like he wants to lose power.
But Yuto's curse wasn't a choice. It was diagnosed when he was 8 years old. The day his world shattered, at the awakening ceremony, his small hand touched the orb. A new skill blazed into existence, eternal decay. The skill's description was brutal. Every time you use any skill, that skill permanently loses 1 tier. The Hunter Association told his parents it was useless and tragic. Yuto just stared at the words, already calculating how to survive. Yuto didn't listen to useless. He trained before dawn, a wooden sword in hand, until his fingers cracked. He quickly discovered the curse only triggers in real combat. On training dummies, his skills leveled without decay, so he buried himself in skill books, ancient tomes, forgotten languages. He read until his eyes burned. By 18, he'd mastered 500 skills to SSS, all practiced on dummies, never used in battle.
1,000 skills at SSS. Then I'll finally face a gate. Each use will cost me, but I'll have 1,000 shots.
At 22, his system window listed 1,043 SSS tier skills, the largest active arsenal in the world. The association called him their irreplaceable asset, but he walked alone, exhaustion lines deepening, gray streaks spreading.
No one knows. Every time I cast, I am throwing away years of work, but I chose this.
He passed other hunters in the hall. They whispered questions he never answered, because they wouldn't understand.
It's fine. I'll keep going. I don't need anything but this.
The association called Yuto for another solo gate, an A rank that would eat lesser hunters alive. Inside the gate, he chose a lightning skill he'd never used in combat, SSS tier. The bolt split the boss in half. The familiar system window blinked. Lightning spell dropped from SSS to SS. 1 more tier gone forever.
1,042 left. More than enough.
Elsewhere, in the association's deep analysis lab, chief researcher Mio watched the energy data streams.
Every time Yuto uses a skill, the tier downgrade happens in real time, but the energy, it doesn't scatter.
She isolated the signature. The lost tiers weren't destroyed. They flowed into a sealed space she couldn't identify.
This doesn't match any known skill model. A hidden reservoir? Someone is on the other end of that drain.
She cross-referenced the reservoir's coordinates. It wasn't a machine or a vault. It was a living person's signature. Meanwhile, Yuto closed his apartment door and sank onto his bed, unaware that the answer to his curse was breathing in a hidden place, waiting. The next morning, Mio appeared at Yuto's door. She didn't bother with small talk.
Yuto, we need to talk. Your eternal decay isn't destroying your power, it's moving it.
Moving it? To what? That doesn't make sense.
She held up her tablet. The energy signature flowed into a sealed reservoir, bound to a living person.
A person? That's impossible. I've been alone my whole life.
Mio opened the family registry. Akari, younger sister, registered as deceased at birth. Recent vitals override.
She's been accumulating your lost tiers for 14 years. Her stats are beyond any S rank alive.
A sister. They told me I was the only child. They hid her. Where is she?
Mio gave him the address. Yuto turned and walked away, toward the truth his parents had buried for 22 years. Yuto didn't knock. He walked into his childhood home and faced the 2 people who'd shaped his isolation.
You told me I was an only child. You lied.
We did. She was born with 0 awakening potential. The system would have taken her.
Keiko trembled, clutching a small photograph of an infant with burgundy hair. a child who never existed on paper.
We hid her in a private facility. We paid to keep her safe, but we couldn't tell anyone. Not even you.
The association would have locked her in a low-potential ward. We couldn't let that happen.
So you let me believe I was alone, and every time I fought, I was feeding her power without knowing.
Yes. And she has no control over it. If the association finds out now, they'll seize her.
Isamu placed a slip with an address in Yuto's hand. Neither parent tried to stop him.
I don't know if I can forgive them, but I'll find her. She's the only family that's real now.
He traveled without sleep, the address clutched in his hand, each step pulling him toward the one person who shared his curse.
She doesn't know I exist. What do I even say to her?
The facility emerged from the mist. A low, white building encircled by high fences and silent guards. Inside, the air was too clean, the walls too white. It smelled of antiseptic and loneliness. A staff member led him deeper, past identical doors. No names, no windows. They stopped at the last door. Through its small square of glass, a shape moved.
That's her. The burgundy hair from the photo. She's real.
He pushed the door open without knocking. The girl turned, startled, her violet eyes wide, but filled with something beyond surprise, a flicker of golden light. For the first time, Yuto faced the living proof of his curse. And for the first time, he wasn't alone. The burgundy-haired girl stared at him, her hands trembling, a faint golden energy leaking from her fingertips.
I am Yuto. I am your brother.
A system window flickered beside her, listing skills at SSS, 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 more than any hunter in history. Her stats dwarfed even his own.
Number. I am not supposed to have any power. They told me I was 0 potential.
Our curse links us. When I fight, my lost power flows to you. For 14 years, you've been absorbing it.
Then I am a monster because of you. This is wrong.
Yuto reached out, but she flinched, the golden aura crackling between them.
I didn't know either, but we're not cursed alone. This power, it was always meant for both of us.
Slowly, the golden light around her settled. She didn't pull away for the first time. The two halves of eternal decay faced each other, and neither was alone.
I've been so scared. Every time my hands glowed, I thought something was wrong with me.
The power came from me, but it was always meant for you. The curse linked us before our parents could hide you.
But I took your strength. You are getting weaker because of me.
Miles away, Director Kanda's screen lit up with an anomaly alert.
The energy signature from the facility matches Yuto's decay rate exactly. She's been absorbing his lost tears for over a decade.
The girl's stats exceeded all known limits, dwarfing even Yuto's recorded potential.
She's an unregistered SSS vessel. Contact the containment unit. Bring her to me, alive. If Yuto resists, don't engage. He's still our asset.
Yuto didn't know that his movements had already triggered the association's surveillance.
I won't let anyone take her. Not the association, not our parents. She's family.
Yuto's phone buzzed insistently. Mio's voice came through, sharp and urgent, cutting off any greeting.
Kanda knows everything. A containment squad is already en route to the facility. They'll be there in minutes.
Then I'll stop them. He doesn't get to take her.
You shouldn't have come. I'll only bring trouble down on you.
You are my sister. I've been fighting alone my whole life. I am not going back now. One barrier skill won't hold them long, but it's enough to make them think.
He raised his hand and invoked an SSS tier barrier. The system window appeared mid-cast. Barrier spell, tier reduced, SSSS.
I feel it. Like a river of fire pouring into my bones. That's your strength, isn't it?
Outside, the squad's vehicles screeched to a halt. Armed hunters spilled out, surrounding the facility in a tight phalanx. Yuto stepped through the door, spear materializing in his grip, already preparing his next sacrifice. Yuto met the first wave with a lightning-charged thrust. The spear impaled a barrier, static crackling outward, and two hunters flew back. The system window blinked mid-swing. Lightning spear, tier reduced, SSS-SS.
Stop it. You are throwing away everything for me.
I have over 1,000. A few dozen lost won't matter if she's safe.
But when a hunter grabbed Akari's arm, her terror broke into raw instinct. A golden detonation ripped outward, uncontrolled and absolute. The facility wall vaporized. The shockwave hurled the squad backward and punched a hole straight through the sky. The clouds peeled back. A rift, black and jagged, tore open the night. From it, a leviathan of translucent nightmare descended on the city.
I did this. I am the monster.
Number. That power came from me. And if we can control it, we can stop that thing. She has the stats of a god. She just doesn't know it yet. I have to make her see.
The leviathan's first strike came without warning, a tendril as wide as a building, crashing down where Yuto and Akari stood. Yuto invoked an SSS tier flame wall. The fire roared upward, deflecting the tendril, but the system window was already there. Flame wall, tier reduced. SSS, SS.
Please, you can't keep doing this. There has to be another way.
There isn't. She needs time to accept her own strength. I have to give her that.
He chain cast 2 more skills, Ice Lance and Wind Scythe, each one peeling away from its SSS peak, sending shards and blades at the monster. Ice Lance, tier reduced, SSS-SS Wind Scythe, tier reduced, SSS-SS. The monster retaliated, a massive limb swinging toward Akari, who was frozen in place. Yuto threw himself in front of her. His barrier shattered, and the impact sent him crashing into the rubble, blood streaking his face. He didn't get up, but when Akari saw him broken and bleeding, her guilt transformed. Her eyes hardened, and the golden aura flared with intent.
He gave me the strength. Every tear he lost is a gift I nearly wasted. I won't let it go to waste.
Don't fight the flow. It's not yours to control. It's ours. Let it move with you.
Akari closed her eyes and breathed. The wild golden fire that had erupted in panic now steadied into a calm, radiant flame around her. Through the pain, Yuto forced himself to his feet. He raised one hand toward the Leviathan and invoked a final SSS tier skill. Gravity Anchor. The system window confirmed the sacrifice. Gravity Anchor, tier reduced, SSS-SS. The Leviathan's limbs locked in place, straining against an invisible weight. Yuto turned to Akari, his voice barely a whisper.
Now, give it everything you have.
Akari thrust her hands forward, and the golden aura exploded into a concentrated beam, her first conscious release of power. Yuto let his spear dissolve, channeling the last of his flame authority into the beam. Gold and fire intertwined into one piercing lance. The combined blast screamed skyward, straight into the monster's core. The night held its breath. The blast punched through the Leviathan's core. For a single heartbeat, the night turned bright as day. Then the rift snapped shut, and the monster dissolved into rain. A translucent window shimmered over the crater. Threat eliminated. Gate closed. Yuto's legs buckled. His skill window flickered open. A sea of grayed out tiers. Of 1,043 skills, only a handful still glowed.
I've got you. I won't let you fall.
Worth every tear.
She lifted him as if he weighed nothing. The golden aura steady around them both. The squad members stood frozen, weapons lowering on their own. No one gave the order to stand down. They simply couldn't move, not against that light. She walked past them, the golden light carving a path through the night. No one challenged her.
He gave me everything. Now it's my turn to carry the weight.
The city beyond was silent, as if it already knew. The strongest hunter in the world had just become 2. Yuto opened his eyes. The hospital ceiling was white, but the warmth in his hand was real. Akari still beside him.
The skill window flickered in his mind, a ghost of what it once was. Mostly dark.
You gave up almost everything. I don't know how to repay that.
Before Yuto could answer, Mio pushed through the door, her tablet glowing with the answer she'd chased for weeks.
Your skill was misnamed. It's not eternal decay, it's eternal bond.
A golden system window shimmered between them. Skill analysis complete. Eternal bond. Lost tiers are permanently vested in a bonded partner.
So it was never a curse. He was giving me a gift the whole time.
Then all those years of training, they were never wasted. They were for her.
Your power was always meant to be shared. Together, you are exactly what the world needs now.
Yuto looked at Akari, his exhausted eyes finally carrying something other than resignation, hope. Even as Mio spoke, a new alert flickered on her tablet. The association's emergency feed showed Director Kanda addressing the media.
The retrieval order for Subject Akari is rescinded. She is no longer a threat, but a national asset.
The broadcast scrolled. Sibling duo saves city. Association grants full independence.
They're acknowledging her. They're acknowledging us.
After all these years, I am not a ghost anymore.
Kanda's signature on the document legally dissolved the facility's custody over Akari, tying her future only to Yuto's guardianship. Yuto turned his head toward the window. A public hologram screen floated outside, replaying their combined attack and Kanda's statement.
The Eternal Bond file has been classified at the highest level. No one will separate you two again.
Then the curse was never a curse. It was always a promise.
In that hospital room, the world's two strongest hunters became something rarer, family. A week later, in a field far from the city, two hunters faced each other. One had lost nearly every skill he'd ever earned.
Don't force the flame. Feel where it wants to go. It's already yours.
It doesn't feel like mine. It still feels like yours. But I think I am starting to understand.
She took a breath, and the golden aura around her hand steadied. She swung not a blast, but a controlled arc of light.
Every time he corrects my stance, it's like he's giving me another piece of himself.
I thought losing my skills would feel empty, but watching her grow, it feels full.
They traded attacks, not to win, but to teach. Their auras stopped flickering separately and began to pulse in unison.
I never thought I'd have this. Someone who doesn't run, who stays.
You don't need to repay anything. Just stay. That's all I ever wanted.
They stood back to back as the sun sank, their golden light blending into one steady glow, no longer a curse but a quiet promise. Later, they climbed the hill behind the field. The city lights flickered on below them, distant and peaceful.
For years, I thought I was just throwing things away. But now, I see where they went.
They didn't disappear. They were just waiting for me.
A system window shimmered between them, smaller than ever before, carrying only 5 words: eternal bond, unbreakable.
So it's real. We're permanent.
It was always real. I just didn't know it had your name on it.
She leaned into his shoulder. He didn't pull away. They sat in silence as the stars came out. For the first time in his life, Yuto felt no need to count what he'd lost. They walked down the hill together, their shared light trailing behind them like a quiet sunrise. Months passed, and the world called them the unbroken duo. Yuto's face appeared on every screen, no longer alone.
Despite the permanent downgrade of his skills, Yuto remains the most prolific hunter alive by every metric. His partnership with Akari has redefined our understanding of bonded skills.
The news cycle replayed the old footage. Yuto's single SSS fire spell, the decay, then the Leviathan's end. But now they added the context of sacrifice.
They finally understand. Every downgrade was an upgrade for her, and that was always the point.
They also know that I am not a weapon anymore. I am your sister. That's the only title that matters.
Yuto turned, and the golden light between them pulsed once, a quiet heartbeat. It no longer faded. His status window shimmered open, 1,043 skills, most grayed out, but his ranking still read. World's #1, unbroken.
The number never mattered. It was always about who I was saving. Now I know her name.
They stood together at the edge of the roof, the city sprawling beneath them, no longer a burden but a promise they would keep. The eternal bond had turned a curse into a legacy. And the world knew, as long as they stood together, no gate would ever close on them. A new gate tore open above the city, and the unbroken duo answered before anyone else could even mobilize.
One SSS barrier left. After this, it's SS. But that's enough to buy you an opening.
His barrier flared to life, then shattered against the boss's first strike. The system window blinked. Barrier, SSS, SS.
You gave me this. Now watch.
She released a torrent of light that carved through the monster, like it was paper. The gate shuddered. Yuto threw a mid-rank wind scythe to intercept debris, a split-second choice that drained another tier but kept her focus.
I don't need 1,000 skills anymore. She carries all the strength I ever stored.
The boss collapsed, and the gate imploded. They stepped out into the afternoon sun, dust settling on their coats. A system announcement scrolled across the city's holographic boards. Ranking updated. Yuto, number 1. Akari, number 1. The unbroken duo. No gate would ever close on them, because they had already closed the one that mattered most. A final gate erupted in the city center, and the unbroken duo arrived to find it already collapsing. Yuto felt his skill list flicker. Only one remained at SSS. He cast it without hesitation. A low-rank flash step to pull a civilian from the rift's edge. Mid-stride, the system window blinked. Flash step, tier reduced. SSS, SS. The window vanished, and his skill list went gray. 1,043 skills, none glowing.
You didn't have to use it. I could have reached them.
It was my choice. I built that arsenal to give you everything. Now you have it all.
The gate imploded behind them. Akari hadn't even broken a sweat, her power now fully, his legacy, requiring no more sacrifice.
I am a hunter with no skills left, but I am still standing, because she's still standing.
You are not empty. You gave it all to me. And I am here because of you. That's not nothing.
A golden window shimmered between them, the words already etched into history. Eternal bond, complete. Ranking, number 1 Yuto, number 1 Akari. The curse of eternal decay had finished its work. The world's number 1 hunter had never needed skills. He'd only needed someone to believe in. Days later, the unbroken duo sat in a quiet park where they'd first trained. The city hummed peacefully in the distance.
My skill window doesn't open anymore. I don't need it.
It's strange. I can feel all 1,043 inside me. But they don't feel like mine. They feel like us.
She held out her hand, and a small golden flame danced in her palm, the same fire he'd first lost fighting the S-Rank monster.
It's yours, but I am here. That's enough.
Mio's message arrived quietly. The bond is permanently stable. You are free to live outside the Hunter Registry. Come back only if you want to.
Free. I never thought that word would apply to me.
They sat in silence as the sun set, not speaking, because they didn't need to.
All those years, I thought I was preparing to lose everything. I was preparing to find her.
They stood and walked toward the city lights, together. The golden thread between them now just a warmth that didn't need to glow. The unbroken duo had finished their worst battle, and their quietest one had just begun. A few months later, their small apartment smelled of tea and old books. No alarms, no rift sirens, just morning. Akari still glowed faintly when she was happy, a warm golden shimmer that Yuto no longer noticed, unless he looked for it.
I used to be afraid of my own hands. Now I am afraid they'll turn the eggs into charcoal.
I'll handle the eggs. You stick to the world saving. Deal?
She threw a dish towel at him, but it floated on a gentle current of golden air, landing softly on his head. He didn't move to remove it. Moments like these were the reward for 14 years of sacrifice. Outside, the city was rebuilding. Inside, they were building something simpler, a life.
Yuto, I'm glad my stats are ridiculous. Because it means you never have to lose again.
I already won. The moment I found you.
They turned back to the morning, side by side, the eternal bond no longer a skill but a quiet truth. They were unbreakable.